Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a 10-case filing, and before you switch off, trust me, this one has some twists. It's like finding out your favourite TV show got renewed after you thought it was cancelled, except the TV show is a publicly traded company, and the renewal involves a lot of financial paperwork. So what are we talking about today? Power Solutions International, or PSI. They make engines, and this filing is an update to their annual report. The main thing this update does is fill in the blanks from the original report, specifically regarding who's on the board, how much they get paid, and some other important details about the company's higher-ups. Let's get into it. First things first, a quick heads up, this filing, like pretty much every filing from every company, contains what are called forward-looking statements. Basically, these are statements about what the company hopes will happen in the future. The company wants everyone to know these are not guarantees and could change. Keep that in mind as we go forward. It's kind of like saying, I plan to win the lottery. It could happen, but probably won't. Let's talk about the people running the show. The document reveals the folks on PSI's board of directors, including their ages, committee memberships, and when they first joined the board. A notable point is the influence of Weichai, a Chinese company which has designated multiple directors. These designations stem from an agreement giving Weichai significant say in PSI's leadership. This is something to pay attention to. Who controls the board essentially controls the company. Jiwen Zhang is the chairman of the board. Mr. Zhang also works for Weichai America, a company that's connected to a larger Chinese firm. He has a long history of running engine businesses. Then there's Kenneth Landini, who's been a director since 2001. He's also a CPA, a certified public accountant, and an expert on the audit committee. His history with the company goes way back, which means he knows PSI inside and out. Time for a quick side note. The filing mentions some late reports from certain people who are required to report their stock trades. These reports are called Section 16 bind reports. While it might sound like a minor thing, it's important because it's against the law when the big bosses don't tell everyone about when they buy or sell their own company's stock on time. In this case, some folks were a little late, so they got called out. Now for something more serious, PS has an insider trading compliance policy. This policy has some rules about what folks can't do with the stock, like betting against the company or using secret info to make trades. Let's talk money, specifically executive compensation. The filing gives us a peek at what the top executives get paid. Time for numbers. Let's look at the summary compensation table. See, Dino Shaikis, the chief executive officer, got a total of $29,233, that including $2,000, a bonus and some other compensation. In 2023, his total was higher at bonus and some other compensation. In 2023, his total was higher at $1,429,222. In 2023 dollars and $449,222. Shun Kenneth Lee, the Chief Financial Officer, made $703,176 in 2024. He got a salary, a bonus, and other compensation. His 2023 total was $660,830. And Randall Lehner, who was General Counsel, received $542,324. Keep in mind he was employed from March through April of 2024. The document also describes the details of employment agreements for these top executives. For example, if Mr. Sykes gets terminated without cause, he's eligible to receive severance payments, meaning if he gets laid off by the company, he's entitled to some money. There's also information about what happens if he's terminated for a good reason or bad reason. All that said, he won't be able to just go to a competitor afterward. PSI has what's called a long-term incentive plan. This plan allows executives to earn extra money based on how the company performs over a few years. For example, there were two performance metrics that were established, gross revenue and net income. The company's performance metric was achieved at approximately 153%. This table shows the stock appreciation rights, or SARs, that the executives hold. SARs are kind of like stock options that can be settled in cash and give the right to any appreciation on company shares. Let's move on to who owns the company. This section details who the major shareholders are. We find that Weichai owns over 51% of the common stock. They are the majority owner and have significant control. This section covers the company's stock plans. These plans let the company give stock and options to employees and directors. Now about related party transactions. This part talks about any deals that PSI makes with its own executives, directors, or major shareholders. A big one here is Weichai. They've made significant investments in PSI, and there are multiple agreements between the two companies, such as a strategic collaboration agreement. As of December of 2024, PSI had $25 million of borrowing under the agreement. In January of 2022, there was an international distribution and sales agreement with Borduin, a marine engine manufacturing subsidiary of Weichai Power. The result was $1.1 million of sales in 2024. Finally, the board looks at which directors are independent, meaning they don't have any relationships with the company that could get in the way of their decisions. This section gives the details of how much money BDO USA PC, the company's accountant, makes. In 2024, audit fees totaled $1,260.748. In 2023, they were $1,309.528. So let's zoom out and assess what all this paperwork tells us about Power Solutions International. PSI has a powerful backer in Weichai, but that also means they're heavily influenced by them. The company is paying its top people well. The late filing of some stock trade reports isn't great, and the company has since taken action to address it. On the financial side, well, not much to comment based on this filing itself, as this report focused on company structure rather than financials. Overall, PSI seems to be stable thanks to its relationship with Weichai, but it's something to keep an eye on because things in business can change quickly. And thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, give us a like, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more corporate deep dives. Until next time.